Generic greetings and welcome back once again to Prison Architect. Today's beverage is a highly carbonated, albeit nice and chilled, Curiosity Cola. So welcome back to Prison Architect, and in the previous episode, we went for double cells, double trouble, double inmates. In fact, more than double inmates. We got an additional prisoner who has arrived because, well, all of the buses were backed up and such, so we need to sort that. And I think, to be honest, in this episode we'll be doing a lot of odd jobs. We won't be doing a big clone thing over here. We want to basically, well, get on to a couple of little odd jobs that I've been meaning to do. Things like perimeter wall, solitary doors here. I think I need door servos, that sort of thing. Anyway, let's see how we get on. Over to, first things pause, and secondly, I'm going to go to our policy and change the food quantities to high and high for quantity and variety. In regime, then we'll also go to eat and basically have 3 sets of eat for the inmate nutritional research. I can pick up another grant because I've loaded the game since previously, and what is of some concern is that our bank loan it's 73,000. We can go up to 250,000. However, I don't like the idea of spending 3,660 generic units of currency per day on just this interest. So that's one of the reasons why we're not just going to go straight up cloning, because if we were to do that, basically we'd have to get more bank loan, and we're just going to be laying the track in front of the train. So we're playing the long game on this one. Keep exporting, keep getting money for power export, which we've just got there, for recycling, that sort of thing. Anyway, I'm just going to pause it for a moment and go over to intelligence and informants, and we can see we've got several inmates with traits. So you've got things like supplier, foodie, dealer, expert fighter. People have asked about some of these ones. So your foodie, if we have a check on that one, it's not actually a negative trait, really. It's a reputation. This prisoner prefers to eat interesting and organic meals. They will receive comfort from eating prison-grown produce. Supplier, this is Frank the Freemason, and this prisoner has a history of narcotics. They're able to produce narcotics much easier than other inmates. You've got things like Green Thumb, which is, the prisoner is particularly good with plants. They require no training to support farm workers and increase the yield of crops, all of which is not really a problem because we don't have anywhere to make our own food in the facility. We don't plan on having farms or restaurants or anything like that. In terms of the supplier and dealer as well, that's another trait. Always look at the best deals. Basically, they can't produce this stuff because there's no way for the contraband to even get in. We have things like the deliveries and all this other stuff, and where we've got the scanner machines, we've got lots of metal detectors, that sort of thing. Anyway, the reason I was going to pause it actually is because we do need to basically get rid of a prisoner, and that's so we can actually house the extra person. Now, I'm going around, I'm not seeing anything like it's dangerous. We've got a security menu, we can change this to dangerous or vulnerable. There's no one vulnerable, but apparently every single person is dangerous here because they are, it's because they're maximum security. Okay, fair enough. So I'm just going to remove someone who has a noteworthy trait. There's someone there. That is Christopher Wilson. They have the skilled fighter trait. So over to security menu, and there is Wilson, and I'm going to remove the prisoner. It costs 5 grand to do that, which is a bit of a shame, but at least it will fix, like I say, this extra prisoner here. Let's go over to deployment and patrollingtons, and just going to remove that dog handler, remove that arm guard, and set them correctly like so. There we go. And that's now all good. And a couple of things. So I really don't want to do this, but as you can see, we have a bit of an issue. We have trucks just back to back to back, and the supply and logistics centre really prefers sending a small crate of triangular sandwiches on the back of a huge truck endlessly. So either they hate the climate and or they really want that logistical monies. And well, I think the big reason for this is the lack of access to exports. We did sort of weaken the design by adding in this double staff door here in forestry. However, what happens with the logs? They chop the tree down, they then stack the logs like so, then logs are then brought all the way up to storage, from storage then bring them down to export, and then from exports all the way up and around. So basically, it's just taking far too long. Let's go over to walls and doors, and to, at the moment, fencing. And I'm going to place a fence basically to the left and to the bottom of every single of these rooms, technically. Deliveries, garbage, and exports. And that should hopefully fix some issues. Speaking of issues, we do have a bit of an issue when it comes to access. And it's up here, where we have these... we basically have these... I'll actually cancel that for the moment. We have these doors, solitary doors, but it's okay for guards that want to access that, but for janitors or anything like that, which they don't really access this place a lot, but it just means a lot of waiting around if they need to access that. So what I'm going to do is, I'm basically going to fix it. And the way I'm going to fix it is by going long term and demolishing these walls here. And why are we doing that? Well, I know that these corner pieces here are eventually going to be a perimeter wall, so if I do it now, at least I can basically... I don't have to deal with it in the future. So current me is sorting future me out, not when it comes to money, because, yeah, these things are expensive. But putting these in now will help us out. In terms of inmates and the needs, there's nothing of huge concern apart from that need for freedom, which all humans have. Even in prison, your prisoners will want to feel as they have some level of freedom, and facilitated by adding in the following: farming, fight clubs, cinema room, and, well, yard time. Now, we do have yard time, that is set, but we don't have a fight club. So, can we change things so that we can maybe try and fulfill that need a bit better? Well, we have 2 cinema rooms. We don't really need 2. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dismantle one of the cinema rooms. And this is going to be a bit of a test. I have a feeling it'll work quite well. But a fight club is internal, 5x5, must include a fight ring. So we can put that in there, go to the bottom, and put in a fight ring. I think you can also put in some gym equipment, essentially. Training dummies. Prisoners who train hard may even learn some new fighting skills. I really don't want that, but I do want to put a couple of punch bags in, like so. Water cooler? Don't really need that. I'm going to put those in, and anything else? I could put in a small bench. Why not? And I'm hoping that they're not really... I can't really call them using the cinema. I'm hoping that they use the fight club, and it is going to fulfill that need for freedom. We shall see, however. Oh! Yes, indeed. Right. That's like an immediate effect, isn't it? It's much better when it's on max speed. Never skip neck day, apparently. Right. Okay, it's not so much fight club as... Yes. Shake your head around club. But the takeaway is that freedom need is being looked at. That's good. Another thing I've been wanting to do is move these up by 1. Because I left it... There's a gap of 1 around most of the equipment and items in each of these cell blocks. But for some reason there's a gap of 2 there. And it just means we've got some more space for additional items. Like we could have... what can we have? We could have things like computers in there. Could have things like that. It's all possible. Does mean that, sadly, now that they're moved, I'm going to have to go to utilities, wiring, and connect the things back up again. Tunnel over there. Don't believe it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. Okay, so that's now connected up. And, oh yeah, that's just working. Right, okay. Project Build More Fight Club is in progress for sure. So remove the cinema room, then add another cinema room. Oh! Grant error. Due to administrative error, our completion bonus has been doubled, which is good to read. I'm hearing... basically that our inmate nutritional research has been completed, and we are able to probably get another grant of some kind. Let's put a small bench in there. Yeah, that's all set. So we could pick up another grant, things like manufacturing facility, things like that. I'm going to just decrease our bank loan. We're playing long game on this one. I just want to get rid of that loan so we're a lot more sustainable, and obviously money is yeah, coming in. We're going to go for medium and medium. Although, what does it recommend for, say, Supermax? It recommends medium. For maximum security, medium. For... sorry. Let's go for recommend. For Supermax, it says medium and none for quantity and variety, respectively. So I'm going to pause it here. For maximum, which is what we've got, it's medium and low quantity. Interesting. Well, I'll leave it as... I'll just say recommend. And I'll see what happens there. Staff morale's high. Prisoners said they're well treated. I'm not going to have 3 eat times, obviously. That's just silly. We are going to have lock up and yard and work on that. So I could pick up another grant. That would be very easy to do. Prison manufacturing facility. Yay, straight up 20 grand. But then it means once we expand, I can't then get anything like tool cleanup or crackdown on drugs because we'd already have the 3 grants locked in. Yes, upon load, one of them will be removed and we can exploit that, but that's not something I really want to do. What I do want to do is think about the door servos again, because we sort of worked on it and then I sort of stopped. So we'll do that, and I'll preemptively put that in. Now, this will require electricity. The problem is building it up here is underneath footbridge and corner sections, and you know what? I'm just going to opt for the easy option and do that. That's not a security risk. It shouldn't pose any problems like this. It's not something that can tunnel through, so I'm not bothered about just running cable right across. It means for expansion we can go other ways, but you know what? I think it feels at the moment like building all of this is good enough, and then a bit of death row perhaps as well. Anyway, so we have 3 grand, but we're getting 12 grand, well, plus and minus per day. It just depends obviously on the on our exports and such. For our needs, we are building that fight club is just the way to go. You don't have to run any programs. All this freedom need is being looked after. Danger level's low, staff morale's high. In fact, actually, it's on that staff morale. Staff needs, let's go, and we're going to increase the amount of breaks only by 5% across the board for all of our staff. We don't need to give them a pay rise. Where is it? Finance. Yeah, you can give them a pay rise, a pay cut. Oh, apparently your tunnel's there. Okay, hold the phone. Is that legitimate? Well, that's an exhausted doggo. They didn't detect it there. Would it be there? There'd be no reason for it to be there. I'm going to guesstimate that it's fake, but we're going to do a tunnel search nonetheless. Okay, utilities, wiring and connections. Door control system is going to be installed like so. And some people were a bit concerned about these door servos that they don't actuate the road gate. It does work, even though the road gate slides. I think it slides to the other side sometimes. It does actually work. As long as it's placed, it is fine. So like that one's there, for example, and it still works. Anyway, let's max speed this out. My goal is to pay off the bank loan. Where are we at for that one? It is in grants. 23 grand. Just so we don't have that interest hanging over us. But as we're carrying on, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to demolish these walls, and we're putting in the perimeter walls in and around here. Oh, do I want to build them first? That's an interesting, potentially an interesting point. So if I was to place these in, they then also buy in additional items, like the paths that go around it. So if I was to place it now, I'm going to spend a little bit more money. So I actually want to put in the flooring first, which is ridiculously expensive. I'm sorry to say, but it is. 4 grand just for that little section. Wow. Well, we'll put it in. We're going to have to build it eventually, so, you know, sooner rather than later, I guess. I think it's that. That's a lot of money spent, but hopefully spent the right place. What have we gone for that one? rubber on that side as well. There we go. So we're getting money from recycling, from exports, from about, I reckon, 4,200. 4,326. So we could have another wind solar hybrid. It maxes out on 5 grand. Don't think it's strictly necessary, really. No. Anyway, let's finish off this section. That's all in. Over to walls and doors and perimeter wall. 1, 2, 3. And then technically all of that as well. But you can see the money that you spend on this. It's actually impressive how expensive it is. This all needs to be perimeter wall as well. But looking at it, I'll construct paving stone. Yeah, they can't get access to that piece. Yeah, I'll just cancel it. And that as well. We don't need it. It's not a problem. They don't have access to that bit. Yeah, as I was saying, yes, we don't need this perimeter wall around the outside, really. For security, it's nice to have. Don't think we need it at this stage. But I do need to start walling this off. So all of this is going to be glass walls. This one, no, that one will be perimeter wall, actually. And therein lies a problem. Am I going to put a door there? I mean, I sort I'm going to have to. So we'll put in the staff doors. Just going to double check how we've built these. That's fine. We're just building this top row at the moment. I know we've mentioned about the staff doors and that basically the prison would be much more secure without them. But no. Would be much more secure if these were changed to something else, not if we just straight up remove them. No, that would make a big security threat. Yeah, so the problem that we have is that that's Supermax, Max Sec, and staff only. Yeah, the problem that we have is that, oh, see that? They were almost let into this bit. Bit of a risky proposition there. Yes, so if I was to change the doors to something more secure, it would cost a lot of money, and we've not really had any sort of security threat at this stage, so I'm not overly concerned about that. So I'll get building. For this one, it's going to be perimeter wall, isn't it? So just taking things as they are. That's going to be all. That's all perimeter wall, isn't it? I'll have to put in the proper flooring, which we'll do now. Apparently there's a tunnel over there. No, I do not believe that one. There'd be no reason for that to exist like it does. Or like it's claiming. At least one doggo's claiming anyway. Let's go for this section. And there and there and there. Should probably do the corner pieces as well. That one, and then the internals. So it's that one, that one, that one, and that one there, that one, that one, and that one. I think it's correct. See what happens. Apparently money is really good. That's 19,000 daily cash flow. That's impressive. Most impressive. I'm just going to remove some planning here. Don't need that. Do, however, want to put the bottom set of pathing in. These are all ordered, which is good. So, I guess I'll... Could I clone this? I think so, and I don't think it's going to do the flooring, is it? Quick build, custom, and cloning. If I was to just do that section... Yeah, it's already classing the other bits as existing, so it's not gonna have to buy the other stuff. Oh, 4,000. Well, no, 3,480. Why so much money? Why? Why? 7 tools, weights, tyre apparatus. Has it bought the flooring again? It shouldn't have bought the flooring again. Oh, this is so expensive because those are the solitary door things. Yeah, okay. Fair enough. Speaking of solitary, I've definitely selected them. Yeah, I have, yeah. Just waiting for it to change. Yeah, they're all set correctly. That's okay. That's good. Right. So we have this all put in. We need the perimeter wall around it. I wouldn't clone this. I'd clone the middle bit, but I wouldn't clone the outer one. Where are we on for the loan? 23 grand. I could sell some shares, but I don't think it would be worth it. 18 grand, no. It's because the prison's not worth much. Because although weirdly, we've got good daily cash flow, we've not really built much, considering, you know, the land size, the actual plot size is medium. But we've not really, built a lot of stuff. Certainly, this is just this is incomplete. We haven't got anything else really over here. Okay. Right, we do need to put in some more wiring. So I probably want to put in more CCTV. Yeah. So CCTV monitor. I'm going to go there. We'll probably have to get more of these in the future. I think you can probably double up on them like in the middle there, but we'll see. And the connection for that will go on to these. It's being installed now. It's difficult to see because it's so zoomed out, but I'm going to come over to that one and that one. And those are now in. However, electricity is sadly not. Let's work on that. So we're laying the foundations really for the future building. So it's this, and I'm just copying it from the other design. Just from there. Yep, and then across to there. Okay, good. Let's think about that. And while we're on, we'll do water as well. It runs to there and across. And then the pipe work. Because none of this is cloned. I was going to say that's slightly wrong. Just goes along to the other areas. Do we just get a bit of contraband detection there? I think we did. Last 24 hours, found a bottle of booze. Last 7 days, booze, needles, cigarettes, poisons, lighters. Look at that, it was smuggled in. Got pretty far as well before it was detected, which is good. I mean, the detection, not the fact that it got in here. Warden's calming effect on prisoners. 15 prisoners have serious complaints. Let's have a look at that. So, it's the need for freedom. However, that's now dropping right down. Okay. There's the end of that chat, I guess. Quick build. Custom. Cloning. Clicking. And let's put in more flooring. The reason I'm putting in the flooring in first is because, as we mentioned previously about the whole buying of additional material, this sort of stops that, I believe. And if not, well, it's no harm, no foul. These are going to be built anywhere. And those in, and that one in. And the corner pieces. And then the internal bits. At least the ones I can remember. And that one. And cycle through. Like that. And then in the middle, it's straight up concrete tile. Like that. Probably some bits I've missed, but I'll come back to that. Let's do a shakedown. We haven't really looked at guards or anything like that. There's availability. Not at the moment for search, but there's normally availability. There's some stuff being found. I'm guessing it's going to be in the kitchen. It would not surprise me if it was all kitchen. Yeah, a couple of things in there. Yeah, to be expected. Oh, look at that. Interesting. See that? Thrown in. That's different. Thrown in. How? Was at one point... Did that go to staff only at one point? Probably when I'm changing the walls, it's altered that. Yeah. That's not what I meant. Let's do that. Right, good. And that one. Thrown in, eh? Yeah. Danger level going right down. Food need. There isn't any. Even with the low variety of meals. It's still fine. Which is good. On this side, we would benefit from, well, fencing and walls. Do I want to put in that now? Or do we work on this one? I think perimeter wall for this section. I said about getting rid of this bank loan, but as time goes by, I don't know. If I pick up manufacturing facility, I could get rid of it, and then I'm stuck with this thing, because then I have to get cell block B, which is going to be this, and another one, and then another one after that. This might not just be a straight up bank loan problem, unless I do sell some shares. 19 grand. Let's sell some shares to decrease that bank loan to nothing, to increase our daily cash flow. Okay. Possibly not the smartest decision in the world. But we do need to do this at some point. It's all about getting this built. Yeah, I think now that we've done a lot of the odd jobs, it might just be worth getting that bank loan and just cloning it over. Yeah, maybe. Let me set up the patrols around here. So we want a blue patrol. Like so. And then magenta. Like that. Dog handlers to the top one. Armed guards to the bottom one. Probably have to hire some more people, actually. I'm hoping they're going to do the corner pieces first. Yes, they have. Good. And the rest of it is perimeter walls. Do that one first, because then if I do that one, I know they're just going to build straight across the thing. Because game. They're going to build that one, then they can't have access to this, and yeah, we have the sort of then bridge problem. Which is all fun. And yeah, they're building that one now, so I'll order the other one. And then metal detector. There and there, which should be powered up once that's all in. I think we'll be good there. Alright, well, that perimeter wall is not. Now it's ordered. So far then, all the little extras have added up to quite a big change. Decent daily cash flow. No loan yet. Decreased in food bills. Better prisoner needs, especially for that freedom one. There's privacy, but there's not much I can do about that. Exercise and family and recreation's all fine. So putting more stuff in the common room is probably not necessary. And I'm hoping that reform has improved. It has. Average reoffender rate is now 47%. It was 51 when I last checked. So that's a drop of numbers. Punishment grade 9 out of 10. Reform 9 out of 10. Security 4 out of 5. Health has actually gone up. Somehow. How has that gone up? Is it because have less variety of meals? I'm going to assume a nutritionist's going to disagree with that one. Work experience is 0 out of 10, which is probably why the reoffending rate will never get to the 30% that we are aiming for the grant. That's just totally understandable. Anyway, we are going to leave it there for now. That's been a bit of Prison Architect. I'll freely admit, not the most eventful of episodes, but we did a lot of cloning and building and doubling up last time, so just pumping the brakes, as it were, to sort of make these little changes, I think has been worthy. Next episode, big clone. Get this in. That'll then obviously increase our daily cash flow, which means we can constantly build more. It means either selling more shares or getting a loan. I'll probably just get the loan. And then the intake that we get from the inmates will then help to pay that loan off. Yeah, I've sort of convinced myself there, haven't I? But daily cash flow is probably the highest it's ever been on 20,030 generic units of currency. Have we released any prisoners? No. There's the end of that chat. Right, we're going to leave it there for now. That's been a bit of Prison Architect. Next episode, probably, yeah. Loan and clone. Let's get after it. Hope you have enjoyed it. And as always, comments in the comments. Thanks very much for watching. Take care and generic partings.